Another big movie franchise I've loved besides Star Wars is Friday the 13th, and thanks to people like AVGN, I know that previous attempts at making a game based off the franchise were always failed ones. But when a Kickstarter page emerged stating how they were making a new one, and you also got to play as Jason yourself, I was on board from the get-go. We need more horror games based off actual horror movies, and Dead by Daylight is a step in the right direction when they added Michael Myers, and now they have Leatherface and Freddy Krueger into the mix. So, the game dropped early this year for $30, and I took a dive and bought it, and my first impressions were, damn, this ain't half bad. Then I started to play it more, and, well, it's certainly not Dead by Daylight. In my honest opinion, I used to think Friday the 13th was better, but later this year I started playing Dead by Daylight more and understanding it, and I realized they're completely different games. But Friday the 13th still has some stuff I like more, mostly the ability to fight back against the killer. Dead by Daylight would be 20 times better if I could just whack the doctor in the face with a fucking pipe wrench. Another different thing Friday the 13th has it is different methods of escape, whereas Dead by Daylight only has one. Changes up the game and it makes so the killer has to think about every possibility. But the biggest complaint would have to be about how Jason has handled himself. He's really overpowered, but granted not as OP as he was on release, but all Jason really has to do is grab you and wait a bit and boom, you're dead. Granted, you can escape, and unless you have a pocket knife, good luck, because most of the special kills take little to no time to be usable, and wriggling yourself out of his grasp is nigh impossible with how short the time is. But I really love how it's basically a love letter to Friday the 13th fans and the franchise itself. There's a bunch of Easter eggs and callouts to not just the movies, but even the OG NES game that I was talking about earlier, and even when you're starting the game it looks like a cheesy 80s videotape. The aesthetics and design of the game are flawless, and it shows that the devs are fans themselves and they know who they're making this game for. All in all, it's a pretty fun game, but if you really want a co-op horror game to play with your friends, then I'd say just get Dead by Daylight. It's cheaper, and yeah, it does have a bit of a learning curve, but once you get used to it, you'll kind of appreciate it more. And if you're a Friday the 13th fan, I'd still say wait for it to go on sale.